Grandkids haven't been there before. That's why we're heading down to the Vietnam Memorial. We just came from the World War II Memorial up there. They need to understand that a lot of people sacrificed a lot in the past for the fact that they have the freedoms they have today. I was over in Vietnam in 1966 and came home at the end of 1967. Served in the Da Nang area in I Corps as the food service officer in that area, which was an interesting job. Well, I was over there the first time on a ship for 6 months. Came back to California, met my wife, got married, and went back over ashore for 15 months. Well, I managed a number of general messes for the Navy ashore, and we also supplied all of the ships that were running lighterage service back and forth between Da Nang and up to the Qua Viet, Dong Ha up north, just south of the DMZ. Found out that you can still run a food service operation using the technical people to run it, and I did the management side of it. Took care of the personnel and the returns and the financial aspects of what we had to do. Where the things I enjoyed the most about the Navy were the diversity and the places I got to go. Spent time in the Mediterranean, spent time in the Pacific and Vietnam. Went into Bangkok, Japan, so we got to travel quite a bit of the world. We lived in Italy for 2 years. I was stationed on a ship that was home ported in Italy. So my family came over and we lived in a place called Gaeta, which is just north of Naples. I served on the Albany later on. During that time, I was a supply officer on the Albany. Best thing I could tell people that are serving in the Navy right now is to do your job well, learn from your experiences, advance. You can always study in the Navy and get better educated and get more diverse jobs and more responsible jobs and move up the ladder. I would tell the American public that if they have sons and daughters that would like to serve their country and have a lot of traveling, a lot of education, and a lot of chances to do things that they might not get to do otherwise, that it's a very good way to go and get a lot of responsibility early in your career. And my case in Vietnam was a case in point. I was a young JG at the time over there, and I was running a whole bunch of food service operations and feeding a lot of troops, and we were able to do a good job. I have a number of medals that I was wearing when I was on active duty that showed that people that I was working for thought I did the jobs pretty well. I think that was a lot of fun, and you get recognized for doing good things. I got an ROTC scholarship to Duke University, so my education was paid for. And at the time I went in, I didn't know if I was going to stay, but I ended up getting there and enjoying it. Spent 20 years doing a lot of different jobs, having a good time, enjoying it.